Hi everyone, I'm Dan Barlow, Public Policy Manager with Vermont Businesses for Social Responsibility. It's Friday, April 6, 2012. I'm sitting in the cafeteria of the Vermont Statehouse in Montpelier. We have just a few weeks left in the 2012 legislative session. Everyone's hoping to wrap up by the end of the month, but you never really know what's going to happen. The House has been pretty swift this year in passing legislation. The Senate still has some work to do before the end of the year, so we'll see how things come together. But I want to give you an update on some of VBSR's priorities. Healthcare reform is one of our big issues this year. The House passed the bill setting up the exchanges last month. Right now, the bill is still in the Senate committees. Senate Finance is looking at part of the bill, and Senate Health and Welfare is looking at the other part of the bill. So expect committee votes pretty soon, and that to be on the floor fairly soon within the next few weeks. The Citizens United resolution, which is also a priority of VBSR, that finally got out of the Senate Government Operations Committee this week. It had been there since last year. Some members were concerned that a constitutional amendment on this issue would have some unintended consequences. Other members thought that this was a really important issue for Vermont to put its voice on. So the committee did pass out the resolution in a 4-to-1 vote. It's actually on the Senate floor later this morning if they do get to it. And also, it's a big week for the GMO labeling bill. VBSR had a whole bunch of members in the building, some testifying for it, some testifying against it, but the bill is in the House Ag Committee. There's a public hearing for people interested in that issue next Thursday here at the State House in room 11 at 6:30. That'll be before the House Ag Committee. We expect there'll probably be a committee vote on that bill this year, but I don't think it's going to go any further than that. The clock is just ticking against it. There's also a renewable energy bill that VBSR is involved with. That's over on the Senate side now, probably going to be hitting the Senate floor within the next week or so. And now the House is also starting to work on permit reform this year too, waiting on the Senate to finish up the bill. They've begun work on the House side as well. So there's lots going on, but there's a few weeks left, a lot of moving parts, but it's definitely a really interesting session. It's an election year, so some people in the building want to go out there and start campaigning pretty soon. Starting next year will be in a whole new biennium, and so if a bill doesn't pass this year, it's going to be dead until next year. Thanks for all your support, for everyone who's been sending us emails and letters and coming out to testify on certain bills. We really appreciate your involvement in policy for VBSR. I'll talk to you next week.